Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for joining me. If you're new here, please kindly subscribe, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for coming back. So I'm Elizabeth Akadi and I film about lifestyle, faith and relationships. So guys, I want to say thank you so much for the love you all showed in my last video, and I would love to say that if there's anything you want me to film or any content you want to see here, please kindly drop it in the comment section when you are watching my video. So guys, in today's video I would love to talk about something that one way or the other we have all experienced. Is something that almost everyone would have experienced one way or the other, just that okay, maybe some people get it in a more serious way and then some people is just very slight. So today I'll be talking about so today I'll be talking about handling rejection. Yes, you heard right. So I'm talking about handling rejection, and rejection here is not rejection from a relationship or rejection from a guy or a girl. No, rejection like every area of life. Yes. So okay, so I wrote down some things here, and I'll love to say that one way or the other everybody has experienced rejection. It might just be more than each other. I know some people's own might be maybe rejection from work, rejection from career, maybe from people, what people say. Some people it might be rejection from a guy or a girl and all of that. But here I'll just be talking about handling rejection, or let me say what next after being rejected. So I'll say, have I been rejected before? One or two times, yes. Like generally. Did I kill myself? No. So that's why I'm shooting this video, to help somebody or one or two people to come out of that rejection phase, or that sad phase that they're experiencing after rejection. So I'm going to start this way. So Anna Jion said, and I quote, she said rejection hurts, but it doesn't have to hold you back from living your life. Yes, I know that rejection can be so painful. It can make you sad, maybe almost entering depression. But I'm here to tell you that yes, you were rejected, but that is not the end of your life. That is not the end of your career. I know that it hurts, but that should not stop you from living your best life. You might be down for a couple days. Maybe you don't want to see anybody. You just want to be alone. And you feel like, oh, that's the best way you can like get over the whole rejection phase. But I'm here to tell you that no. Yes, it's okay to feel sad, it's okay to feel the hurt, it's okay to feel down and all of that, but it is not okay to live in that phase and stay in that phase. See, I'll say that rejection is just part of the process. Just take it like that. It's part of that process. One day, if you look back, you actually be really grateful that you actually passed through this process. You know, not all doors is an open door. Like not all doors, or not all that glitter, let me just put it that way, is good. Or not every opportunity you see is actually for you. So you might be rejected just because God has a bigger plan for you. So I would say that it is part of the process, and instead of wallowing in that process or wallowing in that thought or sadness or anything, I would say that the best thing to do is actually to move out from that phase, or move out from that process. Yes, I wrote down some things here, and part of what I wrote here is that whichever kind of rejection you're actually facing, the fact of the matter is that rejection hurts. Yes, I agree that it does. And when you put it out all on the line, only to get a heartbreaking no, it's enough to make anyone want to stop trying to put themselves out there for anything. Dealing with rejection in an unhealthy way will actually just cause more havoc, or will leave a negative impact on your personal relationship or personal life, and this can lead to more bigger issues like depression, anxiety, fear, and all of that. So and the funniest part is, yes, we know that, oh, rejection, you get rejected, yes, it's okay, they don't want you to do this thing, yes, rejection is just like maybe someone trying to condemn you, that okay, maybe what you did is not accepted, or you are not accepted into a particular place or a particular job and all of that. So yes, I said earlier that you were rejected, yes, but that is not the end of the world. But do you have to wallow in that rejection? Do you have to wallow in that rejection phase? No. What you have to do is, yes, it's okay to feel down 2-3 days, it's very okay, but what I would say is that after feeling the hurt for like 2-3 days, just try to get out of it. And yes, there are ways you can actually do this. Like, one of the ways to actually try to get over that downtime is to actually pray. At that moment, all you need is strength, because I know it is not easy to try to come out of a rejection phase. So the first thing you are going to do is you're definitely going to pray for strength from God to help you to get over the phase and to be able to come out stronger and better. So after praying, I would say that another thing you should do is understand why rejection hurts so much. Yes, you were rejected from work, from home, from whatever, from life generally, and then you have to understand the reason why rejection hurts so much, and also understand that it hurts not because you are weak or not because you are too sensitive. It's just normal, and that is the pain that every single human will pass through, because definitely humans, we don't like to be rejected, or we don't like to be condemned or something. So definitely understand that this same hurt that you are going through, every other human will go through that same pain when they are rejected. So it's not because you are too sensitive or too emotional, or in that process of trying to heal, don't even try to blame yourself, or don't try to say, oh, because I didn't do this thing well. Yes, maybe you didn't write the application letter well, or your CV was not great enough. You can definitely improve. There's a place for improvement, but don't actually wallow in that phase. So another thing I would say is that take a step back and do some self-care. Yes, you didn't kill anybody, like I said. Take some time off, take yourself out, go on a spa date, hang out with your friends, hang out with your loved one, hang out with your family, because you just cannot just afford to actually just wallow alone in that downtime moment, right? So yeah, I wrote that in the immediate aftermath of a rejection, we are not really in that space to think about it, because we are in so much pain. Anger and hurt will probably be your immediate reactions after rejection, definitely. So in this moment, self-care is truly important. Try engaging yourself in things that you know that makes you so happy. For someone like me, maybe shooting video is what makes me so happy. That is what I'm going to engage myself doing. I know it's not really easy to stand up and say you want to start shooting video, or you want to start filming, or you actually have to just understand that you actually just have to move on with life. It has happened, and definitely you have to move on with life. Also, another thing I would say is take some time off to process your emotions. Like I said, it's own up to your own emotions. It's okay to be emotional, it's okay to feel hurt, it's okay to feel sad, it's okay to feel down, but I will say it again, don't wallow in that pain, don't wallow in that sadness and all of that. So accept how you feel. You can write them out. Oh, this is how you feel. For some people that love to journal things down, think about how you feel, but don't wallow in those thoughts, because the devil will surely want to use the thoughts against you. The devil will surely bring thoughts like, oh, you're not good enough, oh, they are rejecting you, oh, this is not even your first rejection, maybe it was a back-to-back rejection. Definitely the devil will bring thoughts like, oh, you're not doing well. But I would say that yes, the thoughts will definitely come, but don't allow those thoughts to get to you. So another thing I would say is practice self-affirmations. Remember who God has called you. God reports matters more than what a man says about you. So remember what God has called you. Confess these things. Say positive things to yourself. Don't confess negative things. Yes, it looks like, oh, what you did, or you are not good enough, but don't say you are not good enough. Confess that you are good enough. Confess that You are the best person. Like, say positive things to yourself. The only word you should believe about yourself is God's report about you. I said that earlier. Remind yourself of how much He loves you. Remind yourself of how much He cares about you. Speak positive words to yourself. Remind yourself of how strong you are. Remind yourself of those little wins. Remind yourself of things you've done that has made you happy. Things you've done that you did so well. Because one failure does not determine that you are a failure. So remind yourself of things you've done and you did so well. And remind yourself that it is a process, it is a stage, and remind yourself that you also have to stay in that process. And remind yourself again that you actually have to trust God to help you through that process. And also remind yourself that this journey will actually worth it at the end. Another thing I would say is that spend time with people you love. Don't think you can actually heal from rejection alone. You cannot heal from rejection alone. You need people around you. If it's to leave your house, if you are staying alone, if it's to leave your house, go to somebody else's place or your friend's place or your family's house, your family house. Go home, go out, visit people, stay around people you love. You can even organize an hangout, you and your friends. Just something to just make you come out of that rejection phase faster, right? So the last thing I'll be saying is don't let rejection stop you. Don't let rejection stop you. I said earlier that yes, you were rejected, but that is not the end of the world. It is just a process. It is just a process. And you know, when you see yourself doing those big things, you actually appreciate the process at the end of the day. So if there's one important skill to learn from rejection, it's that you should never allow it to stop you from your future endeavors. See yourself that you have a long way to go. See yourself that there's a bright future ahead of you. Yes, if this is not working out, then there's something bigger. There's a bigger opportunity that is coming your way, and that you will actually eat so big. So you know, most times the way men want things to play out for ourselves is not the way God actually wants things to play out for us, right? It's not the way God wants things for us. And at the end of the day, when you see God's plan, you actually appreciate God's plan better than your own plan. So the next time you are turned down, remind yourself that rejection happens to anyone, and instead of allowing yourself to be devastated and beat down, ask yourself what you can do to go forward. I already said it. It's okay to feel the pain for 2-3 days, but after 2-3 days, think of the way forward. I know it is not easy. I know it is not easy, but you know, the moment you start wallowing in rejection, it actually just helps you to feel devastated, help you to feel depressed, and you just remain in that position for a very long time, and people are moving forward and you are just there. So just try to sit down to look at, okay, this has happened, what is the way forward, what next should I do, how should I improve myself? Okay, they rejected me because of this particular thing, what should I do to actually move forward or to get better? You know, the most important thing is not to sit in rejection or not to wallow in rejection, but to try to look for experiences you can actually, or an experience or a lesson you can actually learn from it. Like, lastly, I would love to say that there is a whole lot ahead of you. There's a lot for you to achieve. You still have a long way to go. Stay in the growth process. Don't be level conscious, be journey conscious. You know, you might want to feel like, oh, maybe your friend applied for the same thing and they accepted your friend, and it's like they are not accepting you, and it's looking like, oh, you are just there. You know, don't be level conscious, be journey conscious. You know, the plan God has for everybody is actually unique. What God has for me is different from what God has for my friend, and everybody is going to fulfill God's plan in a unique way. Don't compare yourself with anyone. Rather, remind yourself of how great you are, how strong you are, and what lies ahead of you. So guys, I think we've learned 1 or 2 things. I think you'll be able to pick 1 or 2 things. So guys, thank you so much for watching my video. I hope we've learned 1 or 2 things. Kindly like, kindly share, kindly subscribe, and kindly comment. Like I said earlier, if there's anything you want to see on this channel, please kindly put it in the comment section. Remember, before I go, don't let rejection stop you. See you in my next video. Bye.